Hi, I'm Paul Gerard and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the migration of the vivitworldwide.org website to a new platform which happened this weekend. You're seeing this video because you've probably encountered this new platform, and I want to explain some of the technicalities and practicalities of how we've got where we are. So let me just crash on because I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm going to talk about a few things. One is the domain, slightly different. It's vivitworldwide.com if you look at the bottom of the screen. Who are we? I'm Paul and Jonathan, and I'll explain who we are and what we're trying to achieve, where we started from. So what I want to really get over to you is our approach to moving data and functionality, because we're losing the existing platform, the supplier. We're disconnecting from them. I'll talk briefly about early life support and how we're going to go from, if you like, a minimum viable product to a more rich and enhanced and enriched experience and platform for the future. And of course, I want to talk about the future and the ideas we've got for taking the website and the communities that Vivit have established over many years to take them all forward. The first thing to say is that the domain is slightly different. The target website for vivitworldwide.org, with and without the www, is vivit-worldwide.com. There are several reasons that we've decided to do this, partly pragmatic, certainly to do with the branding, and a technical reason as well. But that's where we are. If you want to know more, let me know and we can explain. Who are we? Jonathan Wright and myself. Jonathan, you almost certainly know as president of Vivit Worldwide. Myself, among other things, I create and host the technology knowledge base. And what we're trying to do is to establish a platform that will catch the Vivit service, if you like, before we lost it, because the relationship with the supplier is coming to an end, the existing website is coming to an end, and we certainly couldn't allow the service to fail and potentially to lose the data too. If you want to know more about how we're going to be organised, well, we're going to give you more information over time, but things are moving at quite a pace right now, so let me move on quickly. What are we trying to do? Well, essentially, the existing service, the existing website, could be shut down and we might even lose the data. There's a possibility of this. So we had to respond to that and create an alternative platform to host the data, all the accounts, the groups and so on. And I want to explain in the next few minutes how we've done that and how we've had to move quickly, but also to compromise a little bit, but we're optimistic that we can build a better service in the next few weeks and maybe months. But the goal was to preserve the existing Vivit community by migrating the existing website to a new platform based on the tools technology knowledge base. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in the next couple of slides. So the starting point is TKB, the technology knowledge base, provides quite a lot of useful functionality that we could build on to recreate the Vivit community site. Certainly the accounts, integration with LinkedIn and authentication is helpful. There's a tools categorization, and there's a vendor database, a company register if you like. There's a blog aggregator where over 400 blogs are scanned every few days to get new content, and we have something like 100,000 blogs indexed and searchable within TKB. Now, the existing Vivit system is a package solution, and it's partly because it's a package solution and it's not so flexible that we've had to make this move, this change. But also we haven't been able to get a pure, if you like, export of the Vivit database, because I guess that's kind of a part of the existing supplier's IP. So we've had to work from exports from production, which are if you like, business oriented, if you like. They are not item by item, field by field. So it's more like a business intelligence kind of export that we've had to work from. And we started work on the new website around 6 weeks ago. So it's been quite a squeeze to actually get something off the ground. But I'm hopeful that we've got enough that we might call a minimum viable viable product to make progress. With regards to the data, we've got the data exports, which have been really helpful, of course, but many of the linking tables, we've had to kind of reverse engineer them. And I won't go into detail, but that's been quite tricky, I think. There are thousands of images, videos and so on, which we've recovered, and we've got those, and we've relinked them into the referencing on the new site. We've had to, in effect, reverse engineer the Vivit database, as well as many of the features. User profiles and special interest groups, memberships, tools usage, blogs, events, and event attendance. We've managed to get most of that data, in fact, about a high percentage, I'm sure. We've had to compromise because of the time we've had, and we can't reproduce all the features of the old site in the time we've had. We simply haven't had enough time. And some of those features actually weren't so heavily used, which we're aware of. So maybe not every feature gets restored in the future. But right here, right now, we've captured all the data we've been able to, and we can display it and show it and expose it on the website in places. But we may not have all the features to manage that data. And again, these are going to be the priority as we make progress. Certainly the administrative functions are lacking, but we can change data, but through the database direct rather than through some more sophisticated screens. That will come. But there is the possibility that some more obscure features we won't restore into the new site. Essentially, the architecture of the new Vivit site and the existing TKB site is they have a shared database, but the websites share that data, but they're independent websites, even though they share a lot of the data. I mean, certainly there's going to be an overlap, and over the course of the coming months, we're going to kind of refine the arrangement. But for now, the Vivit Worldwide website is completely independent from TK Base, except that the accounts are shared and some of the other related data is shared. We've merged the TK Base accounts with the, if you like, the Vivit accounts, but we can identify the difference. Although quite a lot of people who use the Vivit site also use the TKB site, so we've had to juggle that kind of challenge. Now I'm going to offer another video, like a walkthrough of the new features, or the features that you're familiar with, but they're on the new platform. One of the most important ones is how we're managing the accounts themselves. We've migrated email addresses and profile information, but clearly we've not taken the passwords because we couldn't, needless to say. And so either you will have to amend your password, which is easy enough to do. If you use your email address to attempt to log in, you can also recover your password and change it through an email arrangement. But we've also got an integration with LinkedIn, so if you choose to, and the password and the account, your LinkedIn account uses the same email address as your Vivit setup, you can use LinkedIn to log in direct just by using your LinkedIn password, and you need never worry about a password for the Vivit site. You can just use LinkedIn to get in there. If your LinkedIn account doesn't match the email address for your Vivit account, we can change that, but you'll have to get in touch with us for us to do that. Anyway, I'll show you how to get in touch with us at the end. Now clearly, not all the features have been migrated. There are I don't know, a certainly single figure percentage of the data that's not been migrated. If you see an issue with either data or functionality that you need to comment on and tell us about, please feel free to get in touch with us. We are developing administrative features on an as-needed basis, so as we need to do certain things, we'll build the screens to make that possible. And the user features will be prioritised on the basis of the value that they offer. And certainly if you give us feedback, we will try and respond to that as quickly as we can. There may be bugs, maybe there will be bugs. Please let us know what you discover, and certainly we know that, for example, the new website is not fully responsive. So that's definitely high on our priority to make it usable on mobile phones, of course. Right now it seems to work fine on a desktop arrangement, but we know that we're going to have to go down the responsive route at some point in the future. There are also some gaps in our knowledge. That is, the rules for example, showing personal data were a bit obscure, a bit arcane, and we don't know them precisely. So right now we're not exposing any personal data. So we're going to have a good think about that, and also consult people who know the site and system better than I do, for example, to identify what these rules are, and we'll roll them out gently. We're not going to sort of suddenly expose lots of people's data. That's absolutely not going to happen. And we have a very explicit goal of adhering to the best practice, through GDPR and all that kind of stuff. So please be assured that we're not going to expose data unnecessarily. Now, the futures is one of the things I've mentioned already is that TKB is not responsive, in that it's not geared towards being used on a mobile. However, that's not a very challenging thing to do, because we are using the same libraries as Vivit did, and it's a common CSS library and JavaScript library that allows us to be responsive. We just haven't used it in a very sophisticated way. We're going to make progress on that. There's a lot of data that TKBase brings to the party, including vendor profiles, and we've got around 200 companies established in TKB. This will become available, and we're going to use this, if you like, synergy between what TKB offers and what Vivit already has, to take a much more rounded view of the market and to expose the site to vendors. Clearly, we need to get some sponsorship in to fund the development of the site and the support of the site, and also some of the activities within the Vivit community itself. We have a lot of very interesting data from blogs around the world, 100,000 or so posts, which we are looking in the medium term to see if we can get some value out of that data. There's a sophisticated search engine built into TKB. Now that covers at the moment tools, of which we've got approaching 3,000, and the blogs themselves, 100,000 of those. But we can reapply that technology, that search engine and indexing capability, to the other data in Vivit to give the Vivit experience a little bit of a boost in that respect. We also have some ideas for exploiting the membership, if you like, coverage, the breadth of membership across 30 countries and 80 local groups and 20 something SIGs. There's an awful lot of communality that I think we haven't taken advantage of so much. So we're going to try and promote that a bit more. And the website is obviously a good vehicle for doing that, to promote the interest of the membership, if you like. There are also other communities that we're hoping to bring to bear. So me personally, as I have run like the Test Management Forum, which kicked off in 2004, 17 years ago, that's evolved into what's now called the Technology Leadership Forum. And the community there is approaching 15,000 people. So this will, and I'm sure many of you are already a member of these things, certainly in the UK, which is where it's kind of UK oriented right now. But we're looking to bring those communities back into this single system. So you will see Vivit groups, but also you'll see groups that aren't Vivit oriented, if you like, or certainly not Micro Focus oriented, which some of the SIGs obviously are. So that's really where we're at. If you've got any questions, please address them through the website itself. There's a contact support menu item. Just send in the form, that will come direct to us very quickly, and we'll respond as quickly as we can. So I hope we haven't stretched your patience too much, and I hope that we can deliver a better than existing experience, but not right now. It's going to take a few weeks and maybe a few months to evolve things to get to a better place. Thank you.